Hello, everybody. Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, guys. We are so pumped and excited.
What oils are you wearing, Athena? I'm wearing my Empath Grounding Protection Oil, Third Eye. And ooh, my favorite new one is this Clairvoyance one. What is your favorite oil right now, Athena, that you're wearing?
Well, I'm wearing Joy, and then I'm wearing Magnify Your Purpose on my third eye.
I love that one. Oh, I've been out of that one for a minute. Ooh, that was a nice time when I had that. Yeah. I really got clear with what I was brought here to do. Amber, you would love that oil, actually. That's a very Amber Friedman vibe right now, where she's just like figuring out what she's doing in her life. Yeah. And it smells delicious. It smells delicious.
I'm just like literally shuffling cards while we're waiting for everybody to come on in. So hi guys, if you don't know who I am, I'm Athena. And this is the lovely Stephanie. Yeah. So if you are new to this year, I've been guided to host every month. I'm hosting a full moon circle, and I get the opportunity to have special guests. So I'm super excited for you guys all to be here and for Stephanie to say yes. And yeah, so tonight we're just gonna waiting for a few more people to come on in. But I'm just gonna pull some cards for the collective just while we're waiting. And this is recording. So I will send this out after it's done, so you guys can have all the goodness if you want to like rewatch it or do the meditation again. Okay. All right. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. So if you guys have oils, like we were already talking, Joy is going to be a really great one because we're in the full moon energy of Libra, which is about balance, love, harmony, relationships, and joy, right? Like we need that. Another really great oil is frankincense and geranium. Those are both really great for balancing all the chakras. Geranium's really good for the heart chakra. And so, yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of get into it. Are you guys all ready? Hi guys, is literally outside my window. Ooh, that's awesome. It's still daylight here, so there's no moon yet. I don't see it yet.
It's still day. It's so dark here.
Yeah, it's world 30 here. So
I'm making a brouhaha bowl, so I'm gonna clear the energy as Athena does her thing.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so we're in the full moon in Libra, right? So like I said, that is governed by Libra, which is also Venus. So she's already like said, hey, I'm coming in today. So we are going to be doing a meditation with the goddess Venus, right? And if you know about her, she was birthed out of the sea, and she reigns over that area of like love and, like I said, love, relationships, beauty, sensuality, passion, like that kind of energy. Some will even say that she kind of can be related with Aphrodite. I mean, one's Greek, one's Roman, so there's a little bit of a difference there, but they kind of rule over the same things, right? And then we're gonna, so if you have crystals, you can use any crystals you want. If you wanna like hang out with some crystals, you don't have to have any tools to be here with us, but I'm wearing rose quartz. Lapis lazuli is a really, really good one as well. Any of the heart chakra stones, jade, aventurine even, those are all gonna be really awesome too. And then, so the full moon in Libra is really about focusing on relationships and the matters of the heart, right? The heart chakra. And this is really teaching us to find balance between what our needs are and what other needs are. And of course, we're kind of battling with Aries right now, like that energy's kind of been going on. So you might have been noticing a little bit of a struggle with like, do I need to be taking care of myself or do I need to be worrying about their stuff, right? And so Venus is here to be like, we're going to worry about our stuff today. So that energy is coming through. And like I said, it's really about romance and having a fresh perspective. Let me add this person, hold on. Having fresh perspective as you release expectations of what you think your relationship should be. And this can be partners, this can be romantic, this can be any kind of relationship, right? So learning to release those expectations of how we think people should be towards us and be more accepting as it is, right? This is also really allowing old wounds to heal. So you might have noticed up to this date, like a lot of healing, like collective stuff, like physical pain, bone structure stuff, like a lot is moving its way up. Like literally the other day, it was like literally one day was here on the lower chakras, then it was the upper chakras, then it was my head, and it literally had to move its way out. And that was like really healing a lot of past life stuff, a lot of old relationship things that were no longer serving me. So you might have noticed that kind of energy coming through you as it's building up to today. And really, you know, really the important thing is if you want to reflect is what makes you happy? What actually brings pleasure to your life? And it's okay if you don't know. It's okay if you're in a space you're like, I haven't asked myself that in so long. Like, I have no idea. That's amazing to be in that space because you get the opportunity to figure it out again, right? You get the opportunity to be like, oh, you know, I love whatever it is. I love being in nature. Like, I just want to be in nature like all the time, right? Or whatever. Like, I want to self pleasure. I want to dress nice. I want to look good. Like whatever it is that makes you happy, do that. That's what Venus is here to tell you. And it's okay to even get into that place of like lust, right? Like, that's not something to be like feared, right? Just knowing that sometimes there are consequences when you get into that state, but knowing sometimes it's okay to be seductive. Sometimes it's okay to bring those energies forward. And she's really here to help us discover that aspect of ourselves. Okay. And that can be layered. That can be layered in traumas. That can be layered in other things. That could be layered buried deep within. So it's okay to be wherever you are at in this moment, and just know that hopefully by the end of the night, you'll maybe have a better sense of what does make you happy, what feels good for you. Right. And I know that Stephanie is definitely she's like the master of clearing all things. So she's going to definitely be helping us clear. So I did pull a couple cards. And if you guys do any kind of, I'll go to the candle thing. If you guys do any kind of candles, like I'm choosing a pink candle today, and I am dressing it with rose, and I'm going to light that while she's doing her bowl. Right. So I will just, you can do any kind of sigils or any kind of like runes, but I literally do like a heart. I like will put heart, or I'll actually like write the words out sometimes. So you can make it be however you want if you're working candles. So you can absolutely do that. And just set the intention for compassion, for balance, for harmony, for, you know, romance, or whatever it is that you're seeking during this full moon. So let's go through the cards. So I pulled some cards for this call specifically tonight. And as I look over it, it's actually so fitting. I love when the cards work out. So the first one that came out was the Holy Amethyst. Now, she actually is a holder of the violet flame as well. So there's a lot of different guides. Actually, she is in the realms of Lady Portia, or even some say Liberty, right? They are a holder of the violet flame. So is Saint Germain, right? So she is here to tell us to move. Oh, it's kind of a glare. To move beyond the drama, right? This is really about divine alchemy and how we can transform through it, right? And that's really, if you think about spiritual alchemy, that is us going from one space to another, right? And being able to move through it with compassion for yourselves. Yeah, such an emotional day. Oh yeah. So this right here says, move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. And I just think that's perfect for us, right? Did I not just say that? I swear I did. I love when the cards work so well. So she can come in different forms. You might see her, she might pop in, she might be like, I'm here, like in our meditation. She'll just be open to that. And again, she does work with that violet flame. And then we have Mother Mary, who came in today. So she is super strong with compassion and with really teaching us about our sovereignty and about how we can step into this world with love and compassion and still be an amazingly fierce leader, right? And so she says, let go of the need to be right, choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. And so when I intuitively pick up to this, right, like when we think about those wounds, especially when it comes to our sensuality and our relationships, sometimes we have to look at the females in our lineage and where their relationships were, and what are we taking on that we don't need to? What kind of characteristics or traits did our mothers teach us, right? And there's no shame and there's nothing wrong with what has happened. They did the best they could in that moment, and we're doing the best that we can in this moment. But we're here tonight giving all of us tools, right? All these messages coming through for us, that we're asked to look at our lineages and see what's serving and what's not. And whatever isn't, it's time to let go of. And again, that can be kind of a struggle, but that's why we want to do this community, this space, because it's a good sacred space to be in, to help us all move through it together. And then we got El Morya, which is awakening presence. And it says the universe is with you, wear a cloak of protection and love. So he's really here just saying that, calling in your protection, calling in your guides, calling in that presence, knowing that you are supported and protected during this, and to always come back to love. Okay. And then the last one that came out is Lady Nada, which is heart awakening, and awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. And isn't that just perfect, because we're talking about balance. We're talking about Libra, which is the scales, right? It's literally the scales. So I just think it's wonderful, and it's heart and it's pink like the rose quartz. So I just think that those cards coming through was really, really great. And then if you want just a visual of Venus, this is another from a different deck, but this is her with her swan, and she's just beautiful, right? So she's definitely already here with us tonight. Okay, so you might feel her presence, you might not, but just trust that she is, and the messages that you need will come through. Okay, and that's what I have. What do you going, Stephanie?
Oh my God, you guys, do you feel this energy? Holy moly! It's just like it's a whole thing, man. It's a bit intense. It's a bit intense. Okay, so let me get this out of my face. Hold on. All right, let me take a drink of water, because me just making that brew hubble was like a whole experience, because I'm like vibrating this week. Anybody else vibrating this week? Like, I got a new superpower, and it's vibration. Like, my body's vibrating. Hold on. Let me get it myself. Okay. I do not have enough water for this, but that's okay. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay, so what I feel right now is like generational, like curses just being like unwoven with intention. Okay, and it's like these beautiful roots that we have been like cultivating, guys, for like our whole lives, and many lifetimes before that. There's past life stuff that's happening, because no pressure, we're breaking lots and lots of things in this lifetime. We are doing it, man. We're here to do cut through all the bullshit and just get to the nitty gritty. We're here to do some things. Okay. And that's why we're brought here together tonight. That's why I said yes to this tonight. We're saying yes to experiences. I am the hermit of hermits. I have a PhD in hermiting, and I don't people, and I love it. It's great. But also I really love my soul fam. And so we're finding that safety, that security in this new space. It's like a womb space. How do I describe it? Well, again, intense. It's an intense womb space. It kind of contracts like in Harry Potter, when the purple bus like squishes, and they squish between those other two buses for that second. That's what ascension is like for me. Currently, it's like you squish a lot. Okay, and so what we're doing is we're squishing in the layers of our roots, major root chakra, which leads to our heart chakra. And I don't know about you, but listen, the high heart has just been a whole experience. It's been like trying to find our voice, trying to talk through the muck. Like Athena had it. She was like still like working like a boss bitch this whole time. She was sick, and she was like, like hacking, but she was like, I'm gonna show up. And it's kind of like that with ascension sometimes. It's like we learn how to rest, but we also learn how to show up for ourselves. And there's like breakthroughs that are happening. It's not a breakdown situation anymore. Okay, like 2017 breakdown situation, I would say. That's not the energy of which we're working with anymore. We are working with the breakthroughs that we have been cultivating for 15 years specifically right now. We're also really breaking through in our inner child, but also it's the many layers. Okay, it's honoring the inner child, even the baby. Okay, the toddler, the 3 to 5 has been coming up. The 12 to 14 has been coming up as well. Right now, I feel like I'm about at 13. I think it was like 12 years old, like earlier in the week. So as you shift and move your energy, as we're doing this root chakra work, you may, like Athena said, we're doing some like mother healing. I mean, who doesn't have mother healing to do at age 13? I mean, come on now. I had a mouth on me. I'll tell you what. I was a real treat. I had some healing to do. And it all came out when those hormones came out. So there's this level of forgiveness. I feel like there's also like, I think I have these mortifying moments where, you know, like you're just like laying in bed at night and you're just like minding your own business, and then all of a sudden something really embarrassing like flashes through your brain that you did like 1.5 million years ago. It's like bringing you back to that like that weird awkward phase, but we're now in this place where we are growing into who we have become. And we have to realize that, yes, there is that awkward, funny, off base person that is inside of you. And that's totally cool. Accept her. She's there. Just accept it. But also there's this part of us that knows what the fuck they're doing. And so we're really finding ourselves. We're really like, you know, testing out the navigation up here. We're really like trusting ourselves. And when we don't trust ourselves, we're learning how to forgive ourselves. And we're finding that the what is the word? Come on, you can do it. No? Okay. Anyway, the man, come back. Oh no. We are finding that as we're navigating, the traction that we have gained over the years is getting us somewhere, is basically what I'm trying to say. My brain's not functioning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that cue and say, Stephanie, enough with the jibber jabber. We're gonna go ahead and do the chakras here, okay? I'm taking my cue, I'm shutting up, okay? I got you, okay? Anyway, so everybody take a deep breath. And we are going to start with the root chakra, okay? Lots of work in the root, okay? And so as we work through these different frequencies, you may feel it inside of your body. You may feel it around yourself. We're just gonna move the energy and tap on through all the way to crown, okay? All right, here we go. So this energy is very much moving in the throat chakra. It is the root tuning fork, okay? But the throat is really affected by this area. So as we move these beautiful sacred roots within us, these generations of unknown blessings that are now here for us. Yes, there has been lots of shadows, lots of death, lots of things that have been losses, but there are also blessings. So what we are finding is all of those beautiful seeds that have been planted are ready to blossom now. And we are allowing ourselves to blossom and thrive in this new space and time. And we're doing that together tonight. Expansion and growth is here, allowing us to find joy and lightness through all of this darkness that has transpired. Finding freedom in our voice. And self-expression is here. This is sacral. This feels like a weaving. Feels very third eye related. So as you build that sense of security, that self-trust, you find your voice. It's very, very concentrated on the throat. So you may have some clairaudience that is coming in. If it's really uncomfortable, just ask it to communicate in a different way. Go to solar plexus. Like I said, we are really working with source here. Our guidance is really coming in. We're taking those action steps and saying yes to a lot of things. We're finally saying yes. And as we say yes, shadows may come. That's okay. We keep on allowing ourselves to center in this now moment. That's all we have. Deep self-trust is here. That's a divine action step. Deep self-trust is here. That's a divine action step. Deep self-trust is here. That is a divine action step. Heart. Inner child recognition. Inner teenager recognition. Allowing yourself to thrive. Again, lots of throat chakra. There's just so much support here for us now. Clairaudient upgrades. Left side. Sacred feminine. 3 generations. This could be like your last 3 lives as well. Lots of people have died using their voice. That's not going to happen this time. That's not going to happen this time. Use your voice. That's not going to happen this time. Clairaudience, right side. Divine masculine healing. Correlated to masculine authority energy and what you were told about yourself. Rewriting that now. Altering perception of self. Deep breath in. You can see clearly now. You can see clearly now. You can see clearly now. Third eye now supports the throat chakra. Third eye now connects deeper with your guidance. Allow yourself to hear what is truly there for you. Allow yourself to be free. Deep breath in. Crown chakra. I literally moved something in my throat. Again, with the support, and my dog is scratching at the door. I hate these tuning forks so much. Again, clear audience. There's just so much support in this area, guys. Okay. I'm almost done, I swear. Okay, so like I see it like a helmet of protection. Psychic protection. It's like a little space helmet for everybody. Okay, everybody has a little space helmet so you can travel safely. All right, I'm gonna stop before my dog jumps off the bridge. Okay, how did that feel for everybody?
That felt really good for me. Like I had a lot of goosebumps in different areas. I had some physical things in my throat. Like I needed to kind of clear my throat a little bit too. So that felt really good, really good. And the 3 generations, yeah, I felt that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. How's everybody else doing? You can type it in the chat if you want to. Any goosebumps? The clouds are talking with you. A lot of messages. Ooh, that's Sheena said the clouds are talking too. I love that.
I felt a lot of like physical sensations, and the 3 generational thing really spoke to my heart too. It really resonated with me. The whole message did, definitely. So, but I had a lot of like, I don't even know how to describe it, like in my sacral area and my throat. I had to be like quite a few times. Like there's a lot of stuff going on there. And I've been using my throat a lot more, and like standing up for myself, saying things I normally wouldn't, just would let them go, like just brush it off and not say anything. But I've kind of stopped doing that the last couple days, and it's been kind of empowering for me a little bit, so yeah.
That's beautiful. We have some people in the chat say that their headache was gone. Sandy says that her headache is letting up a bit. 3 generation using my voice. It's safe to use my voice. Allow yourself to be free. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the heart stuff really heavy. Well, we got Venus here. We got Lady Nada. They're going to be stepping in today in the meditation. So we'll see how we can shift this energy as we continue to go deeper. The other thing too that I love that you said, Stephanie, was deep self-trust is here, and that's a divine action step. I actually put that in the chat because I loved it so much. So just remembering all of us that the self-trust is where the power is. We have to, not only are we trusting in our guidance, right, but we have to trust in ourselves to take that inspired action. So I just love that you said that. I thought that was really, really powerful. So what do you got going on there now?
I'm burning stuff, the usual. The usual. Okay, so in my Bruja bowls, I put everything back in my trick-or-treat box. I don't know what I used for this, but a lot of cool stuff, basically everything. But I did bay leaves at the bottom, which cuts cords for us. So it's like, okay, back in the olden days, they used to have vacuums where it sucks. If you press a button, it sucks the cord back into the vacuum. It's just like that. We have energetic cords that we place in others, and other people place it in us inadvertently and sometimes on purpose. And it basically just brings all of your energy back to you. So as I'm doing this, it's like a little call your power back sesh. And so you're going to feel a nice wave of energy come in, and that's just all your yummy energy coming right back to you. Have some water, and it will continue to come in for the next 3 to 7 days. So enjoy.
Awesome. All right. Are you good, Steph? Are you?
I'm good. Thinking? I'm done. You
okay.
Do your thing, chicken wing.
I love it. So like she said, that burning that she's done that. Those intentions are in there, right? Like they're in there. 3 to 7 days, we're going to be working on pulling our power back. And I think that's so powerful, right?
You're welcome, Rach.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So let's get into this. So I want you guys to find a comfortable position. Close the eyes if you're able. If not, I know some people like to draw and write in meditation. So whatever is your jam, go ahead and do that. The vacuum cord is exactly, Sheena says the vacuum cord is exactly what she sees. Like zoop, retraction.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. Oh, cool. Okay. So let's just go ahead and get comfortable. Roll the shoulders down and back. You can lay down if you'd like. And let's begin by taking some clearing breaths. So you're going to inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Again, take a beautiful breath in. And another time like that, inhale. And already my clear audience is picking up. So you guys might also be getting messages and songs and all sorts of things coming through this meditation. So just be open to receive whatever comes through without judgment or necessarily trying to pinpoint or figure out what it means in the moment. Like I feel like it's all going to come together. So just trust in what's coming forward, right? Trust in what's coming forward. So we're going to start by working with that chakra system again, just to kind of ground our energy. So I want you to imagine this beautiful sphere of light. It's like the sun above our heads, right? And that energy is going to start to come down. It's not too hot. It's just perfect, right? And this energy is going to come down through the crown chakra. Good. Breathing into the crown chakra and then sending the energy down the third eye. It's almost like this liquid gold energy. And it's coming down the ears, the chin, the back of the head. This energy is coming into the throat chakra, the back of the neck. Breathing into that as we're sending the energy down the arms, that liquid golden light dripping down the arms, all the way out the fingertips and into the earth. Breathing in as we're balancing and aligning into the heart center. In between the shoulder blades, you might be feeling some discomfort there. So let's breathe into that, allowing with our breath to create the space that we need. And as we exhale, we're releasing what's no longer serving us in that heart. Good. Moving it down into the solar plexus, releasing what's no longer ours. Filling that space up with that golden liquid energy that is healing and balancing. It's bringing that harmony into our soul. Good. And continue to move down the energy channel as it's going into the sacral chakra, filling up the entire womb and the pelvic area, including the lower back. And that liquid gold and healing energy is now coming down the hips into the root chakra. Bringing balance and harmony there. Taking another breath and allowing that energy to drip down the thighs, the knees, into the lower legs and into the feet. And as they get to the feet, that liquid energy is dripping out of the feet chakras into the earth. So we're grounding our energy now. I want you to drop into Mother Gaia. Drop into that energy. Feeling that support of the Divine Mother. She also is here to show us that she will support us as we're healing our own mother wounds, as we're healing the inner child, that we can come to her anytime that we need that nurturing or we need to release something. She's just reminding us all that we are her children and she supports us. So just taking a moment and sending your love and your gratitude back to Gaia, back to the heart of the planet. And as you're sending your energy, it's like we're grounding here. We're grounding to the heart of Gaia, to that grid of pure heart energy. And as you make that connection, it's like this green spark emanates and it's sending back up your body, and your body is being filled with the brightest emerald green color. allowing that energy to come back into your own heart. The front and back of your heart is really starting to expand and open. Taking a breath here, and as you exhale, it's like as you exhale, your breath is creating your heart portal in front of you. So this can look like an actual portal or a door or a window. Just making note of what that looks like to you. And from here, we're calling in the archangels, the ascended masters, the spiritual guides and teachers. We're calling in all divine beings of light and our ancestors and loved ones to be here with us in unconditional love, in light, and for the greatest good of all. We're calling in these ascended masters and angels to be with us, to guide us, to walk alongside us as we enter through our heart portal. And specifically, we're calling in Lady Venus, the Holy Amethyst, Mother Mary, El Morya, and Lady Nada, as they showed up in our cards today. We're calling them forward to walk alongside us and give us the information, the blessings, the harmony, the balance, the healing that we need tonight. So I want you to visualize yourself walking through that heart portal, opening that door, stepping through. Just making note of what the other side looks like to you. What's showing up on the other side of that door? Who's showing up on the other side of that door? Good. Taking a moment here and just kind of recalibrating your energy as we're walking through the actual heart portal. And now I want you to imagine that you're walking down this long path. It's made of rose quartz and selenite. And you're walking down this beautiful path and you're starting to see maybe images around you. Maybe it's nature. Maybe you can see roses. Just walking down this path. And you start to, again, you're seeing that your loved ones and ancestors and guides are all along this path with you as you're walking down it. And in the distance, you see this large castle that's actually made of crystals. So it's like this beautiful temple or castle, and we're going to walk towards that. And as we get closer, you see Lady Venus standing at the gates of this castle. Long flowing hair. So much beauty, and she just emanates, she just radiates it. She doesn't even try, she just is beauty. And she's actually carrying, she has the scales in her hand as well. It's almost like as you walk towards her, she's showing you right now, she's giving you what is off balance in your life right now. So I want you to take a moment before we go into the castle and just be with her and ask for the guidance as she's showing you this scale and she's showing you what it is in your life that needs to become more harmonized. So just take a moment to get this message from her. What is it that you need to bring balance into your life? Where do you need to bring balance into your life? And taking another minute here and just asking if there's any other guidance that you need specifically in this area that she is bringing up. Go ahead and ask for it now. Ask for that guidance. She places her hand over your heart chakra, and as she does, she sends this beautiful blue and emerald green energy into your heart. It's almost like a jolt of energy. It's not too much though. It's just enough to like kickstart you and bring you back into balance. I'm hearing like equilibrium. Making those shifts that you need in your body to come back to that balanced state. Good. And from this, she takes your hand and slowly leads you into this big, there's like this big gate, and she's opening the gate. She's handing you the key, and we're walking through this gate together. All of us are walking through this gate together. And as you walk in, you realize there's a huge courtyard in the center of this castle. Beautiful, trimmed like hedges, and it's just, there's so much lush vegetation and flowers, and it's just stunning. I want you to go ahead and start walking your way through, and it's like a little labyrinth that's just so perfect. And as I'm seeing it, it literally looks like a yin yang symbol, right? Like that balance, that harmony, and you're going to start to walk that circle between the light and the dark. And then you're going to get to center point, and you're going to walk that little S that's in that beautiful yin yang, right? You're going to walk that S shape. And you're going to notice that there is a fountain of water on both the white side and the black side, right? The light and the dark. And I want you to choose one, knowing that whatever choice you make is not wrong. I want you to just go to the side that you are feeling drawn to. Is it the black side or the white side? Walking to that side, and you see that beautiful fountain in front of you. Just making note of what that looks like to you. And the goddess Venus is stepping up in front of you again, and she scoops the water out of the fountain and she pours it over your head. And as she does, she's activating your crown chakra, your throat chakra, and your heart chakra. Again, she's scooping this pure liquid light out of the fountain and dripping it over your head, allowing it again to run down your body, cleansing you here. She's taking a pink rose, and Lady Nada is stepping forward as well here with that pink rose. She's like handing the pink rose to Venus. Lady Nada is stepping behind, and Venus is in front of you. And these two are adorning you with rose petals. And it's almost like Lady Nada has a rose essential oil or rose water. And she, again, she's adorning you with this. She's anointing your chakra system, bringing you back to the remembrance of love, of passion, of pleasure. She's helping you to awaken your heart as Lady Nada. She literally is taking a rose and she's pressing it on your back, and it's coming into your heart center. And as it does, it fully opens and blooms, and it emanates this beautiful energy. This pink and red and white energy is just like exploding out of your heart. Allow your heart to open, feeling the energy as it's moving through you. Take a moment here and just breathe as this energy is filling your heart chakra. Saria Korea Lania Sopia Karia Sinichia Sa Oria Karia Malania So Korea Sichia Malania Karia Siala Aria Karia. She's saying that those of you on here, go ahead and use your voice now making any kind of sound that you need to, light language, humming, singing, chanting, shouting, crying, whatever it is that you need to let go of. They're asking us to use our voice in this moment. We're all in this sacred space together. Most of you are muted, so go ahead and just allow your voice to make a sound. Use that vibration to move this energy up and out of the body. Breathing through it. Use your voice, use your breath. Open up, expand that beautiful center. And as you're doing this, your ears, it's literally like I can feel the ear canals are opening, and it's like this drainage of sorts is happening as we're opening. It's like sending it down and out the lymphatic system, all the way down the lymphatic system, all the way through the body, out the hands, out the feet, back into the earth. So that heart is has expansion now. That beautiful energy is all swirling around you. From the feet, it's swirling all the way up the legs, the hips, the body, the heart, the throat, the head, all the way out the top of the body. And it's coming, and it's like coming around your toroidal field, right? So that you think of the auric field, right? It's coming around your energetic body, and it's coming back into your feet, and you're going to breathe it back up your body, and then you're going to exhale it around your body. So you're creating through your pranic tube that toroidal field, and it's filling with love. It's filling with joy. It's filling with harmony and balance. Breathing through this energy. Surya Mia Lana Karya Soya Karya Malaya Soya Onokuria Simya Lana Karya Sala. Getting into that sacral and root chakra now. Surya Koi Sikhya Sala Nikarya. The holy Amethyst is stepping forward with the violet flame, and she is really using this at that root and sacral chakra. She's like, it's time to fire it up. So as she's here, she's working on this beautiful violet flame, and it's coming from that root, and it's starting to work its way up your entire energetic body, and it's burning away the shit that we no longer need. It's burning away the old stories that we keep telling ourselves. It's burning away the baggage, the luggage that's not ours to carry. It's literally releasing that now. And they're asking you to say in your mind that I release this now. I release this in this lifetime and in all past lifetimes, through all dimensions and time and space. I release what is no longer mine to carry. I release codependent habits. I release pain that I'm holding on to. I release the need to try to control every aspect of my life. I release the suffering that I think I need to do to be. She's asking you to let it all go, let it be dissolved and transmuted with this violet flame as it's working through that root. Maybe you can start to feel the root chakra lighting up or expanding or pulsating. Allow this violet flame to work all the way up that center channel, all the way up through the crown of the head, all the way around you. And Mother Mary steps forward now, standing in front of you. She's holding a little doll. She's giving you this little doll as a reminder of your inner child. She's asking you to look at times in your life where the mother wound was severe. Knowing that you are in a safe space to feel this now, I want you to acknowledge where you're feeling this. When was a time that you felt you weren't heard? When it was a time that you felt pain, suffering, Maybe you felt abandoned, neglected, alone. And this doesn't always have to be a really severe traumatic event. It could literally be like you trying to tell your mom something after school and she was preoccupied. Bringing up these emotions within the body, I want you to feel them, acknowledge them, and feel them in your physical body. And once you start to feel that and you identify it, Mother Mary is coming up with the blue light and she's handing it to you. And it's almost like she's using the doll as well. So this doll that she has that we're all holding on to, she's placing this blue light in the doll as well as ourselves. So just feeling where she's putting this light. Is it in your heart? Is it in your throat? Is it in your sacral or your solar plexus? Where is Mother Mary sending this energy? Where in your body do you need more love and peace? Where do you need to surrender? Where do you need to heal? Taking a moment and feeling that energy. Knowing that sometimes that we have to let go. We have to make the choice of peace. We have to make the choice to feel the pain so we can move beyond it. So we can see the gift within it. Breathing into that space. Good. Breathing, grounding through that energy. El Morya is stepping forward now with his cloak of love and protection. He's wrapping you in this midnight blue cloak, wrapping it around you, providing you with that safety and security and that warmth that you may need at this time. Knowing that it's okay to feel whatever way you're feeling, anger, pain, sadness, nothing at all. Maybe you're feeling vibrations, tingles. Remembering that this process is not always easy, but it is necessary for us to come back to ourselves time and time again. No longer suppressing what maybe our parents, grandparents did in the past. Being able to bring this information forward so we can literally become better. Reminding us that we are the spiritual authorities of our power. We are sovereign. We're choosing this. By you all choosing, us all choosing to be in this container today, we are choosing our higher self. We are choosing to say yes to moving through it. We're choosing yes to hold sacred space and with other people that are also going through it. We're choosing to rise together. We're choosing to hold space for one another so we can speak our truth, so we can explore what we're passionate about, so we can mend our relationships, so we can actually feel the pain. It's all part of the process. He wraps you in that beautiful cloak. And it's like, as he does, you can see the midnight stars all around you. You can feel the stardust, the light codes coming down from the stars, raining over your crown chakra. knowing and honoring that these light codes will open and unlock parts of yourself that you're ready to heal, that you're ready to look at, that you're ready to face. And remember, it's not always comfortable. But the more we can surrender to it, the more that we can dive into it, literally that is where the treasure is. It's where the gift is. So how can you honor yourself as you're beginning to bring balance back into your life? Venus is coming back forward and stepping in front of you again. And again, just asking her if there's another area in your life that you're struggling with. There's something that you feel, maybe it's your solar plexus that you're really feeling that right now. Maybe it's the sacral, maybe it's the throat. Go ahead and ask Venus how you can bring balance to this. What areas of your life do you really need to look at right now? Take a moment and receive that guidance. And she holds out her hands now to you and she offers you a gift. What is the gift that she's giving you? Knowing that this is a tool to help you along this path to relationship healing, to harmony, to love, to passion. And again, she pulls out another gift for you, and this time it is a rose quartz. She's placing that in your heart, and she's reminding you to soften into it, not to fight against it, to soften into the transformation. She's saying, get out of the head and back into the body, back into the heart. We've been separated from our body for way too long. We're being reminded of what it's like to feel, what it's like to come up against our edges. She's giving you this crystal as a reminder of that, but also a way to soften, to bring compassion into your life for yourself. Bringing compassion into your life for those family wounds that you may still hold on to. So I want you to take a moment and just fill your heart if you're able, and it's okay if you can't. It's okay if you're not in that space where you can do this yet. But I want you to try to fill your heart with compassion. And I want you to bring your hands alongside the body. This can be in real life. This is the compassion mudra. So you're going to bring your hands alongside your body with the palms facing forward. And from one arm, up the arm into the heart and down the other arm, you're literally sending compassion to all those in this world and beyond that need it. This is the divine energy working through you. Feeling your crown chakra opening up as that divine love. Sophia, God, the universe, whatever it is that you name it, whatever it is that you call it, allow this divine love to come into the body, filling your heart, going down your arms, and emanating out of you to all those in need. Feel your energetic body as all of us are in this sacred space, sending it to one another and beyond. Sarayakoya samalania sunokoya sialana Adiaso koya moya sinichia salana koya. Sia kuna la moa kia sia la. Opening that heart and sending compassion out to all those who need it. Taking a breath here. Healing ancestral lineages. Healing past lives. Healing this current moment. Filled with love and compassion, tenderness, care. I want you to take your arms, physically do this with me. I want you to take your arms and you're literally going to wrap it around you, giving yourself the tender embrace that you need. After all, the full moon in Libra is all about balance. So we're all learning how to give and receive in a more healthy way. Finding that balance between the ebb and flow of life, the ups and downs, dark, the light, the black, the white. Finding that balance within you, cultivating it, nurturing it. Take another breath here. And I want you to take a deep breath in. And as you do, you're going to reach your hands up over your head into prayer position, up over your head. And as you exhale, you're slowly going to slide your thumbs along the third eye, the nose, the lips, feeling that sensation go down your throat, your heart, holding right at that heart, those thumbs pressed against the heart center. Thanking the guides, the angels, the masters, loved ones for being with us. We're slowly coming out of the fountain area, coming out past the courtyard. Maybe you're hearing the birds chirping. Maybe songs are playing as you're learning to choose yourself time and time again. I literally can hear trumpets of angels all around you as you're walking out of this castle back onto that rose quartz and selenite path. Sounds of freedom and liberation and love and compassion are all around you. Walking back to that heart portal. Again, giving thanks and gratitude for the messages and guidance and for one another for holding this sacred space tonight. Coming back through that heart portal, back into your physical body, becoming aware of the energy around you, the noises around you, still with your hands at your heart center. Maybe grounding that energy again if you need to. Breathing here, grounding down, rooting down. And I want us all to bow to one another as our souls honor each other for carrying the light always, for knowing and understanding that we are all divine beings of light. My soul honors yours. Namaste. And as we're in this namaste pose, we're balancing our mind and our heart. And Venus is just reminding us of this as we're in this position here. She's just reminding us that it's as simple as just bowing. A simple bow when you're in the middle of it is symbolic. It's a mudra of that balance and surrendering into it. So when you're in the muck and maybe you don't have a lot of time to balance, or you can't get outside, you literally can do this, knowing that the divine will work with you always as you ask for it. I want you to slowly take another breath, saying to yourself that your energy is restored, your energy is restored, your energy is restored. And when you're ready, come to. Get a drink of water if you need it. How you feeling, guys? Ladies, how you guys doing? Thumbs up? Feeling good? Lightheaded? Wooey? So good. How you doing, Steph? Good?
Oh my God. I mean, like, you're just the best at doing that. Like, I can't even, I'm all thumbs when it comes to that kind of stuff. But you just took us there, man. You took us there like you do every time. You're a magical woman.
Oh, you got pages over there, don't you?
I know. I don't know how. It's the Virgo. I can't help it.
Well, if anybody does want to share tonight, you absolutely can. If you want to unmute yourself, you can. If not, that's totally cool too. If people got to head out, that's awesome. But I can be here for a little while. If anybody wants to share, go right ahead. We good?
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. There's no pressure. Chill until my daughter gets to work. My heart just aches. Oh. You know, and that's one of the things with healing is it's not like it's just always magically better, right? Sometimes we have to feel all the layers of it. Yes. And that can be uncomfortable. But it's when we don't feel it that it starts to build, and then everything really starts to like yeah. Well, and something that you can do, if you really do, sometimes if you just need a little break, you can actually ask your guides for that. Like, I just need a small break. Like, I just need a small break, and see how that feels for you. You know, just see how that feels. A blue bird, Shannon says. Oh, that's beautiful. She was gifted a blue bird. I love that. I love that. I drifted, came back, opened my eyes to the moon, fully risen. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I still can't see it yet.
Is it dark where you are?
Yeah, now it is. Yeah. Yeah, finally. All right, guys. A cup. Yeah, you can fill your cup. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to add? Ooh, step through a purple forest. I love that.
Oh my God, cool.
Yeah, super cool.
That's amazing. Clairvoyance on point. Sheesh.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to add while we're still here, Stephanie? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm full moony right now. I'm just all in outer space. I feel so nice and blissed out from all of that energy. I am so excited and thrilled and grateful that all of you guys came out here tonight to hang with us. It was beautiful energy. Thank you for joining us. And Athena, thank you for having me. I had a blast. I'm a spastic voyage, and I just had a great time.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you said yes. So
I know. I never say yes, like ever.
I didn't even have to bend your arm very much.
You didn't. I practiced. I was like, okay, the next time. I said no to you first. I played hard to get, and then I was like, okay.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm glad you did.
Oh,
All right, ladies.
All right.
So
I
I want you just to continue to ground your energy throughout the night. Journal, write, like whatever dreams tonight will probably be there, probably. So just pay attention to those dreams and just know that those are messages for you from your guides saying, hey, right? So we were definitely working in that energy field tonight. So just really honor your body, nurture your body, do whatever you need to do to feel, bring those senses into your life, right? So I honor all of you for being here, and next month we'll be at it again with a brand new person. So I won't tell you until it gets closer. So
oh man, keeping it a secret.
yeah. So yeah, you guys are so welcome. And I am this is recording, so I will once this uploads, I will send it out so you guys can watch it if you need to watch it again. Okay. All right. Thank you guys all so much. Have a wonderful night. All right. Bye. Thank you. Bye. See ya.